All right, welcome back. We're still talking about God's purpose, and today we are making very serious progress in our understanding of what God's purpose for your life is. We have seen that God has revealed to us His purpose in Ephesians 1 across the scriptures, but particularly we saw it in Ephesians chapter 1, verse 9 and verse 5, and we have made the conclusion that God's purpose is sonship. Now, I haven't seen that. We have explained what sonship means from Romans 8 and verse 15 to 17, where we saw that Paul said we have received that spirit of sonship, and there are two realities that that spirit gives evidence to. So when one has the spirit of sonship, one is number one, a child of God, then number two, you're an heir of God. Now, when you're a child of God, it simply means you have God's life, you have God's nature. And that's a call to fellowship with Him. That's a call to walk in His nature and His character. But what about the other parts where we say we are heirs of God? Now, this is the part that needs some explanation and that also gives direction to our life. So God didn't just make us to be His child. He made us because He also wants us to be His heirs. Now, there are three ways we can think of inheritance in scriptures, and I'm going to explain them. And then from the next video, we'll talk about how we are heirs of God in a more particular or personal way. Now, inheritance in God's word can be any of three things. Number one, you having God's spirit is having His inheritance, because that word inheritance means what someone has or owns that he allots to another, right? It's like someone is someone's heir, the person allots what he owns to that person. So God gives us His spirit. It means we have God's inheritance, His inheritance in us, like Ephesians chapter 1 and verse 18 is going to talk about. The second inheritance we can talk about is creation. God owns all of creation. He made the world and is giving it to those who are of faith particularly. He says the meek will inherit the earth. And that's Mark chapter 5. He told us that Abraham was called to be heir of the world. That's Romans chapter 4 and verse 13. So that's the second sense of inheritance. And the last sense of inheritance is something more individual and personal that we're going to get to in the next episode. So for now, you are God's child, God's heir. It means you have the things that God owns, His spirit, the whole of creation, and some personal assignments that He has for you. See you on the next one.